There are moments in life, moments we don't speak of, that forever change the way we see the ones we love. They're silent, slow, and yet they leave us asking one question: how far can love go before it becomes something else? This is a story of love, pure, boundless, and dangerously close to crossing the lines we thought were set in stone. It's the kind of love that pushes you to question everything you believe, that makes you wonder, what happens when a bond, so sacred, transforms into something neither could have expected? Stay with us, because this journey will take you deeper than you ever imagined. The love between a mother and her son, on the verge of manhood, is a story you won't forget. In this episode, we explore the fragile thread between devotion and desire, and the unforeseen consequences when emotions take over. This is the sweet taste of a mother. A story of a love that begins innocently, but moves into a realm neither of them could have predicted. By the end of this episode, you'll question where love truly begins, and where it ends. It began like any other relationship between a mother and her child, a love born of care, protection, and a lifetime of shared moments. She was his everything, and he was hers. But as he grew, that love, once simple and pure, began to change. He wasn't the boy she had always known. His presence carried a weight she hadn't felt before, a strength, a confidence, that only time could bring. And for him, she was no longer just his mother. She was something more, something he couldn't define. Their bond, once innocent, was now filled with unspoken tension. As days passed, the atmosphere in their home shifted. What had once been comforting now felt heavy, as if there was something between them they couldn't name. They tried to ignore it, but their closeness, once so easy, now came with a charge neither could dismiss. The simplest moments became loaded with meaning. A conversation, a fleeting touch, everything felt different. He found himself looking at her longer, noticing details he had never seen before. And she felt it too, though she tried to suppress it. But something between them had changed. They tried to deny it. But as much as they fought it, their feelings were changing. What had once been purely familial was now something else entirely. But how could they admit it? How could they speak the words they feared? It was a quiet night, like any other. The room was filled with the soft hum of evening sounds, the air thick with the unspoken. They sat together, closer than usual, neither knowing why they didn't pull away. And then, in the smallest of moments, something broke through. A hand reached out, hesitated, then lingered. Their eyes met, and for a fleeting second, there was no turning back. What started as a brief touch turned into something more, a kiss, hesitant at first, then filled with everything they had held back. For that moment, nothing else mattered. The world outside disappeared, and all that was left was the two of them, lost in a connection they couldn't deny. But when the kiss ended, reality came rushing in. What had they done? And where could they go from here? Can love ever be wrong, or is it the way we define it that makes it so? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Could you ever imagine crossing a line like this with someone you love? If this story is making you reflect on love and its boundaries, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more emotional, thought-provoking stories. The days after the kiss were filled with silence. Neither spoke of it, but the air between them was different. Every glance, every shared moment, felt charged with a memory they couldn't escape. They tried to go back to the way things were, but something had changed forever. He would sit across from her, wondering if they could ever return to what they had been before. She would avoid his gaze, terrified of what it meant if they couldn't. The weight of what they had done was heavy on both of them, but there was also something undeniable, something neither of them could bring themselves to fully regret. They tried to act as though nothing had changed. But it had. And they both knew it. What would happen now? Could they go on pretending, or had they already crossed a line that could never be uncrossed? And then, one evening, just as they thought the silence between them might last forever, the doorbell rang. It was an unexpected visitor, someone neither of them had seen in years. The son's father. He had come back. As he stood there, in the doorway, smiling at them both, they realized, this was the moment everything would change again. Their secret, their bond, their kiss, would they be able to hide it? Or would the return of the father bring everything to light? What do you think will happen next? Will they be able to keep their secret, or will the return of the father tear everything apart? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you want to know how this story unfolds, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next episode of Sweet Taste of a Mother.